Get ready, scoopers, because the news cycle is absolutely on fire, and we've got the hottest updates right here. The world of entertainment and beyond is moving at lightning speed, and if you're not plugged in, you're missing out. We're diving headfirst into the most talked-about stories that have everyone buzzing. From the gritty streets of Gotham to the digital arenas of gaming, and even into the wild multiverse of superheroes, we've got the inside scoop you won't find anywhere else. Prepare for a high-octane download of everything you need to know, delivered with the energy you expect. Let's get into it. First up, we're heading back to the graphic novel pages for a deep dive into a critically acclaimed series that's got fans dissecting every panel. We'll unpack the latest installment, exploring its artistic merits and narrative choices, and asking if it's truly pushing boundaries or treading familiar ground. Is this the definitive take on a beloved character, or a missed opportunity? Next, gamers, get ready to assemble. A monumental title is on the horizon, promising to unite an entire universe of iconic characters and moments like never before. Developers are calling it a game changer, a fusion of decades of lore into one essential, epic experience. We've got the details on how they're bringing this massive undertaking to life and what it means for the future of interactive storytelling. Then, the superhero universe continues to expand, and a popular series is dropping Easter eggs that have fans connecting the dots across different eras and mediums. We're breaking down a subtle nod to an often overlooked animated classic, exploring its significance and what it tells us about the creator's vision for the broader DC landscape. Finally, speaking of expanding universes, a character making waves in a recent hit series might be getting a surprising new direction. We're investigating a potential supervillain origin story that could redefine a familiar face and exploring the implications for the entire DCU. Will this character become a force for good or a harbinger of chaos? Don't miss a single second. Hit that like button, subscribe to Sheeran's Scoop, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. A familiar tale reimagined. This latest issue plunges us back into the complex world of Jason Todd, revisiting his formative years as Robin and the shadow of his mother's tragic past. The narrative opens with a raw, emotional flashback. Jason discovers his mother, motionless on the bathroom floor, a needle nearby, a stark image that immediately sets a somber tone for his journey. This personal tragedy fuels his actions as he teams up not with his mentor, Batman, but with a mysterious, masked vigilante known only as Wraith. Together, they target drug pushers, with Jason advocating for a less violent approach, urging Wraith to spare the dealers. Meanwhile, the watchful eyes of Batman, alongside Jim and Barbara Gordon, are working to track Jason's whereabouts. Batman eventually locates Jason at a drug lab, confronting him with a criminal at his mercy. The critical moment arrives as Jason grapples with the choice between lethal force and adherence to Batman's non-lethal code. Ultimately, Jason aligns with Batman, and together they dismantle the operation and apprehend Wraith. The issue concludes with a poignant visit to Wraith in prison, leaving Jason to ponder his own inner darkness and the constant struggle to keep it at bay. From a critical perspective, while the art by Dustin Nguyen is undeniably stunning, described as a perfect blend of classic and avant-garde, the narrative itself treads on well-worn ground for Jason Todd. Critics note that the story presents a predictable arc, mirroring previous explorations of his character that revolve around the kill-or-don't-kill dilemma. This miniseries, while visually captivating, is seen by some as a reiteration of established storylines, lacking the innovative approach that could have offered a fresh perspective on young Jason Todd's development. The art, however, is a significant draw, with specific panels evoking legendary artists and capturing a nostalgic yet modern feel. The visual storytelling, particularly scenes reminiscent of Frank Miller's style, and a striking final image of Jason donning a red helmet, elevates the reading experience despite the narrative's perceived familiarity. Hold on to your capes, because the next story is about to redefine gaming as we know it. Get ready for an epic fusion of decades of Batman lore coming to your console. The ultimate LEGO Batman experience has arrived. Prepare for an unprecedented journey through the entire history of the Caped Crusader as LEGO Batman. Legacy of the Dark Knight is set to revolutionize the LEGO gaming franchise. For the first time ever, developers at TT Games are embarking on an ambitious project to weave together nearly every era of Batman's storied career into a single, cohesive video game experience. This groundbreaking approach, inspired by the success of the LEGO Star Wars, the Skywalker saga, promises a non-stop barrage of references and innovative gameplay mechanics that push the boundaries of what a LEGO game can be. In an exclusive interview, strategic director Jonathan Smith revealed the monumental task of drawing from decades of Batman's rich history across movies, TV shows, comics, and previous games. We've drawn upon decades of reference material and fantastic stories about Batman in movies, TV shows, comics, and game, and brought them all together into one definitive, essential, epic story of Batman, Smith explained. The game aims to create a unique narrative that acts as a fusion of all the most iconic moments fans remember, seamlessly integrated with deep-cut references and the signature LEGO humor. This ambitious undertaking is not just about nostalgia. It's about crafting an essential, unifying story that brings the character of Batman to life for players in a way never before seen. Beyond the narrative fusion, the gameplay itself is undergoing a significant evolution. The combat system has been entirely reimagined, drawing direct inspiration from the critically acclaimed Arkham games, promising a more engaging and fluid combat experience. Furthermore, the game leverages new technology developed for the Skywalker saga to create a far more immersive Gotham City. Smith expressed the team's excitement and sense of privilege in tackling such a vast amount of source material. We feel we've got the richest amount of material to draw from, and we are so excited that no one's ever put all those pieces together in one experience with a video game, he stated. We can do that in a way that no one's ever seen or experienced before, with new technology and a really immersive Gotham City, with mechanics that progress the player experience to match the emotional journey of the character. This commitment to innovation suggests that LEGO Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight, will not only be a celebration of Batman's legacy, but also a significant step forward for the LEGO video game series. But the DC Universe connections don't stop there. A subtle nod in a recent superhero series has fans buzzing about its origins. We're diving into an Easter egg that links a popular show to an underrated animated gem. A Toymaker's Tale, from animation to Easter egg. The second season premiere of the hit series, Peacemaker, has delivered a subtle yet significant Easter egg, connecting Christopher Peacemaker Smith's universe to a lesser-known corner of Batman's animated history. During Peacemaker's interview to join the Justice Gang, the setting is an abandoned storefront labeled Crank's Toys. This seemingly minor detail is a direct reference to The Batman, the 2004 animated series, and its third season episode, Cash for Toys. In that episode, the villain Cosmo Crank, also known as the Toymaker, played by Patton Oswalt, was introduced as the former owner of Crank's Toys. His backstory involves a public campaign led by Bruce Wayne to shut down his company due to unsafe, albeit technologically advanced, toys. Seeking revenge, Crank becomes the Toymaker, forcing Gotham's Detective Cash Tankinson to provide constant security for Bruce Wayne, thereby hindering Batman's ability to intervene. While Cash for Toys might not be the most celebrated episode of The Batman, it features a memorable performance by Oswalt and a scene-stealing turn by Patrick Warburton as Detective Cash. The series itself was known for its distinctive visual style and its unique interpretations of classic Batman characters, a departure from the more established Batman, the animated series. This approach, which included reimagining characters like the Joker as acrobatic and the Riddler as goth, initially drew criticism, but has since contributed to the show's unique identity. The Batman explored a broader range of villains, including original creations like Tembler and the Toymaker, to compensate for DC's restrictions on using certain iconic Batman antagonists. The Toymaker, in particular, has been noted for his thematic similarity to Superman's foe, the Toymen, both being inventors of toy-based weaponry. Despite the Peacemaker reference, the Toymaker remains a relatively obscure character. His presence has been felt in other DC media, such as a depiction as a son of the original Toymaker in the series Gotham, and a sign for Crank's Toys in the video game Batman, Arkham City. However, His limited appearances suggest he is less likely to be a prominent figure in future DC adaptations compared to characters like the Toyman. The Peacemaker Easter egg serves as a nod to fans of the Batman animated series, highlighting its unique contributions to the Batman mythos, even if its villains are less universally recognized. But the connections don't end with animation. A character's recent appearance in Peacemaker might be hinting at a brand new origin story. We're exploring how a forgotten villain could be reborn in the new DC universe. White Rabbit's Gambit, from villain to vigilante. As James Gunn and Peter Safran meticulously build the new DC universe, the second season of Peacemaker is providing crucial early glimpses into how various characters might integrate into this evolving landscape. The premiere episode featured a brief but intriguing appearance by Bray Knoll as White Rabbit, a character who first debuted over a decade ago in Batman, The Dark Knight 1. This introduction in Peacemaker represents a significant departure from her comic book origins, sparking speculation about her potential role in Gunn's DCU. While White Rabbit has historically been portrayed as a villain, her audition for the Justice Gang suggests a possible shift towards a more heroic alignment within this new continuity. In the comics, White Rabbit's backstory is somewhat incomplete. She emerged as a new adversary for Batman, escaping Arkham Asylum with her unique powers yet to be fully explained. Her motivations for villainy also remain somewhat ambiguous. The Peacemaker series, by having her seek entry into the Justice Gang, implies a desire to be a force for good. However, the recent episode also depicted her enduring the same kind of public humiliation that Peacemaker himself experienced, overhearing disparaging remarks from Justice Gang members via a faulty microphone. This potential mistreatment could easily foster resentment, leading White Rabbit to seek retribution against her perceived tormentors, thus potentially setting her on a villainous path after all. Interestingly, White Rabbit's comic history includes an attempt to administer a super steroid to Batman while he was incapacitated. This particular storyline might hint at future interactions, especially with the Clayface movie on the horizon, as Clayface was involved in Batman's predicament in that comic. The possibilities for White Rabbit's integration into the DCU are vast. While some fans might prefer to see her embrace a role as a force of chaos, unpredictable and shifting between good and bad as it suits her, her current trajectory in Peacemaker points towards a more defined role, possibly alongside the Justice Gang. Gunn's track record of unexpected twists suggests that White Rabbit's ultimate path remains a compelling mystery, adding another layer of intrigue to the unfolding DC narrative. That's all the news for today, but don't go anywhere yet. We've got a lightning round recap coming right up. And that's a wrap on another packed episode of Sheeran Scoop. We dove into the latest issue of Robin and Batman. Jason Todd explored the ambitious scope of Lego Batman. Legacy of the Dark Knight uncovered a cool Easter egg in Peacemaker nodding to an underrated Batman show, and speculated on White Rabbit's surprising new direction in the DCU. If you loved this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe for more exclusive content, and ring the notification bell so you're always in the loop. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and be sure to follow us on all social media platforms for even more scoops.